So, what's in the bag? This has just arrived. I'm pretty confident it's a handset. It's from Brando. They do represent quite a few different companies, in particular Sony Ericsson. So I've just opened it here, and you and I are going to find out what it is they have sent real time. I haven't looked yet. Let's have a look and see. Oh. Aha! Brilliant. Right, so the X10 Mini Pro. This is a phenomenal device for the right target market. Let's just open that and have a wee look. Look then, let's get the rubber band off. Okay, oops. Right, now what way do we... Aha. Here we are. Now, just have a look at this. So I've seen the pre-release version. I've seen the X10 Mini. The big difference between the Mini and the Mini Pro. Well, it's the Mini Pro, and I didn't bring the Mini with me. I should have done that. But the Mini Pro, as we're looking at here, big difference. That is a difference. Has a keyboard, and of course it's slightly thicker. And the camera, from memory, is a 5. Oh, sorry, I let my phone go there. It's a 5 megapixel. Yep, there we go. As opposed to, I think the Mini. Anyway, it's bigger on the other one. They've had to reduce that slightly just because of the keyboard. But no, this is very, very popular, and a lot of people that really like the X10 Mini. So this version without the physical keyboard are also loving this. I'm quite surprised at the reaction of a lot of people to this. So because of the keyboard slips out, because it's so small, let's just put this next to, there's a BlackBerry there, there's the 8700. Let's just go that way. You know, it's very, very, I mean, it's a heck of a lot smaller. I've got the 86 here. There's the let's just get that out of the way here. Sorry, that's my arm there. Right. There's your, let's just get the 86 in there. Quite old now, the 86. So there's the 86. There's the so it is very, very small, this, and it's an Android. The key thing is this is an Android handset. So it does everything that you'd expect Android to do. A slightly older version, but they are upgrading it. There will be an upgrade available soon. I think it's 1.7, 1.6. But the device is genius. Very, very cool. If you want the smartphone functionality that you've probably heard about, that you'd like. I'm talking about consumers now. It's not necessarily the right device for you and I, as you know, us being geeks. Unless, of course, you're really, I mean, most geeks, most males tend to have quite big hands. This is going to be very useful for a lot of women. In fact, there's a few that I know who've already gone out, but they couldn't wait. They had to go out and buy this. And the fact it does email, instant messaging, the whole thing in such a small, beautiful, I mean, yeah, a lot of people are loving this. The fact it does all that is really, really appealing. And I'm surprised. I'm surprised at the consumer. I mean, I knew the consumer would like it, but I'm surprised that they are foregoing iPhone for and that's a big ask. That is for your average handset. To forgo iPhone, especially the iPhone 3G, which is now very cheap, and even the 3GS in some contracts. So there's a lot of women that I know. In fact, I got two of my best friends are using this, and I'm saying, hey, what about the iPhone, just a test? Or what about the BlackBerry? They said, no, we want the Google stuff, as in the Google services. They love the fact the phone feels connected, and they like the sizing, and I think this is the way ahead for Sony Ericsson. You know, really, let's give us some more of this kind of stuff, more ingenuity. I mean, there's nothing else like this in the marketplace, and you know, they did take a risk. It is very small, but of course it is appealing to people. People do want this kind of technology, so I'm sure they are selling a lot of these. I'm seeing they're very reasonably priced as well. They're on the £30 a month contracts here in the UK, working really nicely. So, well, I mean, I'll put the SIM in it, I'll charge the battery, we'll have a way to look at it. But that is just the first perspective. It is, I mean, no wonder, selling very well for Sony. And there's a lot of people who loved Sony felt maybe a little bit weird during the wilderness years, the last couple of years, but are absolutely delighted that they're bringing back. For a lot of people, it's the form factor first. Yeah, lovely little these kind of keys here. The screen's cool, but it's small. Everything's small and useful and great for the women, for their handbags in particular. And this, for me, don't tell anybody, I really like it. And just as a geek, we're meant to be focusing on iPhone, on top of the range devices like the N8. But this is a kind of thing I would definitely have for the weekend, especially the keyboard one, actually, just because you're going to SSH. Geek-wise, you can connect to the servers. You can do email reasonably competently on the keyboard. It feels nice. I mean, for me, 2 thumbs is going to work. It's not entirely useful for me, but for the women, they're of course just loving it. Really, really smart stuff. So we'll take a closer look at it later on.